What factors, in your own opinion, contribute to the U.S. silence on Israeli actions in Gaza and Lebanon despite rising violence?
Well, this is a very important question. There are several factors for U.S. silence. First of them, the United States usually has double standards. They have clear interests in the Arab region that they don't want to jeopardize or put in test with the Arab states. U.S. realizes that the Palestinian cause is sensitive for Arabs. That's why it tries to demonstrate Israel's ability to deter and kill the enemies of Israel. This is the reason for the U.S. silence, and this is also an explanation for the great supply of U.S. weapons to Israel. The latest of them was the air defense and missiles that can destroy cruise and ballistic missiles, which indicates that the Israeli relationships with the United States is a top priority for U.S. foreign policy. So Israel's action either in Gaza, West Bank, or in Lebanon are agreed upon by the United States. So U.S. agrees to this. The United States always insists to be informed by Israel before any expanded operation. The United States gets angry if Israel does not inform the United States. But the general trend or the general policy is agreed upon by two parties.
Okay, Mr. Sadler, how has the U.S. stance on the Gaza and Lebanon conflicts shifted in recent months? What does this indicate about its strategic priorities in the Middle East?
Oh, thank you again for having me on. Looking at not from an analysis or a historical, but looking at the politics in the United States, the sense has been after months of very violent and aggressive and un-American protest on universities that's alienated the Palestinian voice. And too often, the Hamas, who is an acknowledged terrorist organization by the U.S. government, has taken too much of the discussion and then dialogue. And that is distracted from, I guess, a more deep and robust discussion in the United States. But quite frankly, the United States is heading into a national election, and there are issues that are much more at home, like the economy and kitchen room type issues like cost of food and school that are taking front of mind of most Americans, leaving the issues of the Middle East a distant concern.
Back to you, Dr. Odeh. How do you assess the influence of Israeli lobbies on U.S. foreign policy, particularly in the context of recent events?
Usually, 70% of US Jewish vote for the Democratic Party. They always give their votes for the Democratic Party. Today, there might be difference in the voting because the Arab votes that sometimes are crucial in some states like Michigan and so on, these Arab votes between the Arab Americans say that we do not want to vote either for Trump or Kamala Harris. So in my opinion, I believe this will be for the favor of Trump, especially in the shaky states that may affect the electoral process in general. As for the Republican Party, believe that there should be a settlement. They believe that further pressure being practiced on Israel will achieve a peaceful settlement. However, the Israeli-US relationships, they are very robust, and they are a top priority for this lobby. Not affecting or harming the strategic interests is very important. That's why the there's consensus between both parties to support Israel.